Sample HSC for networks, question 11. So they're renovating a bathroom, they've got activities A to L, there's a network diagram, completion time in days. Okay, everything's in days there. First question, which two activities immediately precede? Precede means come before, and immediately is the step before G. So we find G, there's activity G. We're looking at the activities that lead into G. So C leads into G, but notice there's another arrow here. And I don't know if you can see, but it's dotted. Okay, so remember the dotted means it's a dummy. So a dummy extends this bit here, the previous, okay? So it's like a splitting or an extension of D. So D goes here, then the dummy extends D. So C and D are the predecessors of G. Question 2, sorry, B. Calculate the minimum time by completing the diagram shown to complete the renovation. Okay, so they want us to fill in all those boxes. Okay, the structure of the boxes is slightly different to the way that I've taught you how to do it. So what I'm going to ask is that you adjust the boxes slightly on your diagram, and this would be fine to do. So the immediate, so remember for every activity at the beginning we put a box like this with a line down the middle. So for the start, it's missing an extra box there. Now here, B, C, and D lead off, and they've only given us one box, but you should have a box here for B, one box for C, and one box for D. That's the way that we've taught it, so we'll follow one like that. The dummy doesn't get its own box because the dummy is D essentially. Now this one, F, there it is. Up the top, we've got E, the beginning of E here. We've got one for the beginning of G. Now here, there are two that are leaving this vertex, I, and the other one is J. So I'm going to put J here. Okay, down the bottom, there's two that are leaving, H and K. So I'm going to put H and K. This one here, leaving, there's only one L, so this box here would represent L. And then at the finish, I'm just going to add that extra box there. So remember the earlier starting times in the first box and the latest starting times for that activity are in the second box. Okay, so remember the earliest starting time for the beginning is 0. We can start the beginning from 0. And remember when we're forward scanning, which is how we work out all our ESTs, we choose the higher if we've got more than one option. Anyway, so let's go. 0 plus 5 is going to be 5. So each of these ESTs for B, C, and D is going to be 5. Let's move up here to the EST for E. There's only one way to get to that E vertex there. 5 plus 4, so 9. Next, let's look at this one here for G. There are two ways, and we've got to choose the higher. So before I do G, maybe I'll do F, because there's only one way to do F. 5 plus 12 is 17. Okay. And then I've got two options here. I've got 5 plus 7 is 12, or 17 and the dummy is 0. 17 plus 0. So that one's going to be, the higher is going to be 17. Okay, next. There's only one way here to get to this vertex here, and that's via E. So 9 plus 7 is 16. Next one, let's go K, the H and K here. So there's one way to travel there. 17 plus 3 is 20. There'll be 20s. Okay, let's have a look at this vertex that is in the middle. Sorry, JA has an EST of 16 as well. This vertex here that will lead on to L. So there are 3 paths leading in, and we have to select the higher. So 16 plus 6 is 22. 17 plus 12 is 29, and 20 plus 8 is 28. So the highest there is 29. So we select the 29 there. All right, we're up to the EST of the finish. 16 plus 7 is 23. Going through L, that'll be 29 plus 4, 33. and going through K, 20 plus 7 is 27. We choose the higher, so that'll be 33. And the EST of the finish is the minimum completion time. So the minimum completion time is going to be 33, and the unit is days. Now, they've asked you to complete the diagram, so we have to also fill out the LSTs. We need to do a backward scan. Remember, when we do a backward scan, when there's more than one option, you choose the lower. Okay, so minusing through I. So minusing through I, it'll be 33 take 7, 26. Minusing through L, it'll be 33 take 4, 29. Minusing through K, 33 take 7 is 26. Okay, now minusing through J, 29 take 29 take 6 is 23. Minusing through H, it'll be 29 take 8 is 21. Minusing through G, 29 take 12 is 17. Okay, now we've got a few different options here. I'll do the top. Minusing through E. Remember, we choose that there are two options, the 26 and the 23. We're going to choose the lower. We're going to choose 23. So 23 take 7 is 16. Okay. Next one. Sorry, Isabel, I'm working.
Dad, I need some paper.
Shh, I'll help you out later. Here. All right. Sorry about that. So we're going to minus through. Let's go for this one for F. Minusing back through F. We've got two options here. We're going to choose the lower, 21. Okay, 21 take 3 is 18. Okay, notice I didn't do 17 take away 0 for this one because this bit here is technically D extended. It's not F. So I didn't minus 17 take 0 there. So I've kept that 17, 18. To get through D, there are two ways to do it. So you can minus through starting from the beginning of G and minusing through the dummy and D, or you can go from the F value and minus. Now you choose the lower. You got 18 and 17. The lower is 17. So we do 17, take away 0, take away 12, which is 5. Minusing through C, it'll be 17 take 7, it'll be 10. Minusing through B here, 16 take 4 is 12. Remember, to get right to the beginning, we're minusing the lower, so we're taking away 5 take 5 is 0. Okay, so that's our forward and backward scan. You need a lot of practice on doing those forwards and backward scan. Last question, what is the float time for activity E? So we look for E, there it is at the top. The float time, remember the formula for float time is LST minus EST. That's the formula for float time. So for activity E, it's going to be 16 take away 9, which is 7, and the units is days. So that's how you do that particular question. All right. Keep asking questions. It's good.